everybody, and thanks for tuning into the Book Promotion Library Tip of the Week. And we're going to dive right into it today, and we're going to talk about book name changes. This used to be something that was not really possible back when we were in the days of the old, just everybody had to go through a publishing company. Changing the book title was a big deal because we dealt with a lot of print books, and today that landscape has changed. So it is, if you're a self-published author, it's very easy to change your book title now. Now, if you're under contract with a book publisher, the steps are a little harder to do, and you have to get their approval on that. So I'm talking mostly to the self-published authors right here that put out books, use your own service, you create the book yourself, you market the book yourself, everything like that. It's so easy now to change anything in your book, from typos to things, especially in electronic format. If you're doing print on demand from any service, it's very easy to get in there and change your book. Oh, I got a typo and change it. I want to change the title of my book. Obviously, that involves changing the cover too, because you don't want to have a cover that doesn't reflect the title of your book. But all this is very simple and easy to do, and you can do it sitting on your couch at your house. Now, we're not going to dive into the nuts and bolts of it, because I think you guys, if you're already on here and you're already self-published author, you know how to do those kind of things. You know how to get a new cover, you know how to put it up, you know all those nuts and bolts things about it. But why would we want to change our book title? Why would we ever want to change our book title? Well, there's several reasons. You might put your book title out there and think you've got a great title, and there might be 100 other books out there with the same title. Now, you should have done that research before you made the title, but you never know. People can do that several different ways as far as that goes. So never be afraid to look at the competition and say, oh, I need to change my book title because there's a million books out there with the same title as my book, and I want to make it easier for people to find my book. Now, another reason you might want to change the title of your book is maybe it's not selling well. Maybe you've had it out for a couple of years and it's not selling well. It's never really sold well. So maybe it's time for some change, a new fresh cover, new fresh title. That is another great reason to change the name of the book. You haven't had a whole lot of traction on it. Now, I don't advise changing the book title if you've had good sales on it in the past and they just slowed down, because if people are looking for that book and they're looking for the author of that book, they might not be able to find it as easy that way. But if the book's stagnant, it's never had really very good sales as far as that goes, that's something that you might want to consider in that sense, is changing the book title. Now, here's one of my favorites, and I did this with some of my books when I very first started on. I didn't quite know the title. I was going to write a series of relationship books, so I didn't quite know the title I wanted to use. So I used changing the title as an A/B test. Now, I put these out at the same time, and I put the books out under two different names just to see how the public would react to them. And it was a great way to me to find out what the public really wanted and what kind of name I needed to put this series under. And it was a blessing to me. So I put out the same book under two different names, just to see which one got more attention. I marketed them the same. I did the whole same thing. So that was an A/B test in that sense. So I didn't technically change the name of the book, but I used the book under two different names, which is basically the same thing. Another great reason to change the title of your book is if it's a strategic change, like maybe something's going on in the world that your book reflects. Right now, obviously, there's some tensions over in Russia, over there. And so, if your book is that kind of genre that speaks to that might be something that you want to change your book title to match up with some public events that are going on. Maybe there's some big celebrity gossip that's going on that fits into the line of your book, and you want to change the name a little bit to kind of, pick up some traction on that type of thing. So those are some strategic plans to change your book title. The big Oscar slap thing that went on. If you have a book on the Oscars, you might put the word slap in the title somehow to help gain some traction on your books. A big thing is, don't get too carried away. You have to give your time. You have to give your book the time and the marketing efforts to see if the title is really good. Don't go be changing your book title every couple of months, saying, oh, it's not selling, I better change it again, I better change it again. Give it a good long period of time to see if that is. Now, I talked about the A/B test earlier, so that's one way to do it, but that's a little different than just changing the title because the book's not selling or it's not moving in that sense. Make sure you give it plenty of time to get some traction, because most of us know book sales don't happen instantaneously. We're all not selling 1 million books after a couple weeks of the book being out, or a month or 2 months, those type of things. So make sure you give it adequate time before you start making changes to your books. So that's the topic for today. If you want to change your book title, some information for you so that you can go about it in the right way. And look at it with a fresh set of eyes, from my eyes. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, use the email address on the page to send me an email. I'd love to hear what kind of questions you guys have so I can dive in and help answer any of those. Other than that, get out there, keep writing, keep promoting books, keep doing the good thing, and we'll be here at the Book Promotion Library to help you next week with another video.